Morning. Well, we got a dry one again today. Not much due this morning, which means we'll be able to get started combining relatively early. That's a good thing. My agronomist is on his way up this morning. We're going to run this bean plot off today. And so while we are waiting for things to dry out just a little bit, because, well, that's just how it works, I'm going to go down to my seed barn there and start pulling some signs off of the plot, getting things ready and out of the way so that we can combine those beans and it'll go faster later. Looks like our sun will be back here in just a little bit. Clear skies to the west. Anyway, we're gonna go through and pull plot signs. I am gonna leave the variety ones up until Wade gets here just to make sure we've got everything written down in the right order. There are still stakes out there, but just it's easier with those signs there. However, from here that way, the signs are all the same. And everything's written on these stakes. So, plus I pretty much know what we've got out here at this point. I've got her pretty well memorized. But anyway, so I'm gonna pull all these signs, get them out of the way, and get them put away in the barn, and then we'll see what else we got to do. I need a better way to store this stuff. It's nice, these somewhat generic signs here that don't have an actual number on them. I don't feel like I need to take them apart every year. And the two-piece posts, I don't have to put the post in the ground. So that's kind of nice. But they do take up a lot of room. I need a better way to store them. To figure something out. And that one's massive. What am I going to do with that? I'm going to put it against the back wall, I guess. So here's why we have to kind of wait a little while for a little sunshine before we can go out and combine beans. You can see, like, my boots are not wet at all. There's no dew in the grass. But if I come over here to these beans and I try and crack these pods open, they bend more so than crack. They're just not, they're not brittle. And it's because they picked up a little bit of moisture overnight. And so that makes them a lot harder to harvest. And the combine doesn't do a very good job. So it won't take long this morning. Those aren't terribly bad. We'll give it an hour or two now that the sun's out, and we should be good to go. Combine's back over there where we were finishing up last night. We got most of that field over there done. There was about 7 acres, 7.5 acres, something back over there by the woods that we've got to do. Phil just got back with an empty truck, so we can go unload that grain cart, and then we'll be ready as soon as the beans are. It's a pretty nice view right here. Nice trees in the background, at the combine, some corn and some beans. It's beautiful here. Phil got back with this empty truck. He took the other one that we had loaded in. I'm gonna take this back around, unload the grain cart, and we'll get these beans put in the bin. It is nice being able to have a whole semi-truck load on a grain cart. Yep, that's nice. Okay, I'm gonna just turn this cart around, get it out of the way, and then we're gonna take that truck over to the pit and dump it. I don't have the fancy button like all the other good YouTube farmers do. I have to actually crank the doors open. And I think some of our rollers are getting a little, bearings are going bad or something, because we're getting a little stuff to open. Alright, we gotta get a sample. Okay, green cart's empty, truck's empty. Phil should be back pretty soon with the next empty truck. Think we can combine beans yet? 10 o'clock, 10:03. I think we're gonna go try it. What's the worst that could happen? We have to quit because they're not ready. They're too wet or too tough, I guess. I don't think that's an issue. Sunny, windy, it's gonna be warm today. Let's go. Do you guys think it's possible, maybe, just maybe, possible today, we could have a whole day with no breakdowns? Please? We haven't had one yet, combining. Some of them are pretty minor. But it hasn't happened yet. Yeah, I don't think so either. Oh well, we'll see how we do. Hopefully it's nothing too big and we can get a lot done today. If we have 2 really good days, we could be done combining beans here at Waldron tomorrow. But we have to get a lot done today for that to happen. So, I don't know, we'll see. Let's check the oil on the combine, look everything over real quick, make sure nothing's already broken, and we'll get started. I haven't dumped the rock trap for a while, so I wanted to do that before we get started here today. No rocks, and the dust is blowing the right direction away from it where the combine is sitting, so. Well, that's good. All right, I'll clean that out, get it closed up. Okay, well, everything looks good. I didn't even see any broken knives or guards on the head. I haven't broken any guards this year, which is really unusual. Probably will now, but that's okay. That's no big deal. So we've got 7.5 acres left over here. We're gonna see if we can't get them done real quick and then go open up around that plot so when Wade gets here, we're ready to go. Well, it looks like the beans picked up about 2 or 3 points of moisture overnight. We were running down in the 11s last night, but they're still yielding really well. Not throwing them out. Our yield loss monitor looks good. We don't have a ton of dust, but it's all right. We're good. We'll keep moving here and get this field done. Done. All right. We're gonna jump across the lane in the front field up there. Open up around that plot. Average 66.3 here. That's pretty dang good. They were a little bit green along the woods. They'll blend off just fine. So these beans are the last of my 30-inch rows. And the reason that I like 30-inch rows for plots is exactly this right here. It's so much easier to get my divider point down there in the right row between the varieties when they're 30-inch gap instead of 15. Makes them a lot easier to harvest. Part of it. There's other reasons, but that's part of it. So anyway, we're going to get everything around this plot opened up and then wait for Wade to get here. Well, we're going to keep combining while we wait for Wade to get here, but when he gets here, we'll start taking entries off and weighing them, and I'll show you that process when we get to it. I see a pickup over there, which means my agronomist is here. So I'm going to finish up just this little point here, and then we're going to go start working on the plot. He was going to wheel off some measurements, make sure that we got the length and everything, all the data and information that we need before we harvest, and then we'll go. All right, so we are starting to harvest this plot. So they're 20-foot entries, which means we have to take half a header width, which is why we got that shark fin down there, so they stay in the head. And basically we take them off 20 foot at a time. We're taking samples, putting them in a plastic bag. We'll take them back to our moisture tester when we're done with the plot and we've got them all. Get a moisture and test weight off of all the varieties. I grabbed the iPad out of the tractor so we can see scale weights from here. All we got to do is dump them into the grain cart, write down the weight, grab a sample, and we're going to fly right through this. I told you it wouldn't happen. I told you there was no way we couldn't have a breakdown. Something's missing there. Same thing that happened yesterday on the opposite side of the head. Ah! Oh, gotta hook the drive shaft up, otherwise it doesn't work.
We've been trying to learn that thing.
Back in business here. Breakdowns are frustrating. It's also frustrating having to dump every time when you have that much in the grain tank, but that's what we do with plots, so it's fine. Well, we are finally doing the last of the variety trial entries. 3-3 bean. I don't have any actual yield results yet. We'll have to enter them into the spreadsheet or the app or whatever to calculate out, adjust for moisture and all that stuff after we take our moisture samples. But just judging from the weights, it seems that the fuller season beans are tending to be a little bit better than the early beans. Must be late rain helped the late ones a little bit, something like that. So I don't know, we'll see. We do still have some more entries to do over here between here and that pass that I cut through there. That is our seed treatment trials, our population study, and I believe I have a sulfur trial over there, so we'll do those as well. Look, it's the last entry, finally. It's about 2:30. It's taking us about 2.5 hours to get to here, and that includes the breakdown. So really, 2 hours or so to run this plot off with. I don't know, there had to be 25 entries. That's not bad. It's not too bad. So we're gonna get this one done, weigh it up, and then we've got a mountain of samples to go and run, so we'll go do that quick, and then we can come back and finish these 2 fields. That will not take us long. There's probably only about 25 acres there. Take us an hour and a half, and then we can move on and get to the next field, which we may get done today, and that was my goal. So if that happens, we might be able to finish tomorrow still. Okay, well, we got that done. Thanks to Wade. He's gonna take off and head home and send me my data on that and how all the results were. We didn't take the time to calculate anything out or enter it into the spreadsheets or anything like that. So there was about a 200, maybe a little over 200 pound variance between the entries. About a third of an acre, so that's somewhere around 10, 12, 10, 11 acres, something like that. Which is not terribly significant, but it's something. So we'll see what the moisture is. Some of them were above 13, most of them were not. We'll see how that affects things and see how that will do in the spreadsheet. And I will share that data once I get it with you guys somehow, some way. So that's the plan. We are going to try and knock out some acres now. We spent a lot of time doing that. It's just after 3 o'clock. Time to go. We were doing really good this morning. I had like 20 acres done by 11:30, quarter to noon, and now we have like 30 acres done 4 hours later. Well, looks like these beans are going to be pretty decent too, I guess. That's good. Okay, we are doing good. Just about done with this field. Got like 10 foot over there yet. That's okay. I was hoping to be moving by 6 o'clock to get to the next one. We are about 10 to 5 right now, so we're right on schedule. We're doing good. We should get this next field done too. So as soon as we're done here, we'll run up. Dad's got the header cart sitting up there by the farm. We'll drop the head, fuel up the combine, and we'll get moved and we'll keep moving. We should get her done tonight. All right, we're fueling. I'm gonna grab some more DEF and go check on our project over here. Hang on, we got a head off, and this is not great. Not great. This one looks okay. Not okay. Not as bad, let's say.
No.
It's not as bad. It's not okay. We'll fix it.
This is the bad one.
Yeah, I know.
These aren't too bad because the pistons are up.
All the way up.
And they won't let the rust get in there.
Oh, yeah.
This is the one. Run your finger down in there.
Uh-huh. Improves mileage. Not buying that for a second. Let's go. Always fold the ladder around. Usually I forget, so I'm pulling out the driveway. I gotta stop and get out. All right, next field is about 2.5 miles up the road to the north. We're gonna go first. Dad's following with the head. Oh, and I've gotten a couple of comments recently about needing a hitch on my combine to pull the head around. I have absolutely no desire to do that, none whatsoever. Because one, how would I hook up to it if it's behind me? And the only way I can find to do that would involve dropping the head like on the road or in the edge of the field and driving over a lot of crops to get hooked up and squared to it. Then I'd have to hook back up to the cart to move it out of the way, and no desire to do that. I've also seen people do it behind their grain carts. Yeah, that makes a little more sense if you have a full-time grain cart driver. We do not. The carts usually makes it to the field, but not usually at the same time as the combine. And we usually have enough people around to help me get moved, so it's not a big deal. It works just fine to pull behind a pickup. And we are not out in Minnesota or North Dakota or Canada or places where they can regularly go down the road with the head on. If we have to go more than across the road, head's coming off because we don't have wide enough roads. We've got too much traffic. There's signs and mailboxes and electric poles and all kinds of stuff. That's not an option for us. Nice little grass corner in this field for us to get the head hooked up to. All right, Dad, get her unstrapped. We'll hook up and go. Well, I did one round on the ends here. The average is over 70 bushel. These are going to be phenomenal beans, which is good. And it looks like I'm going to get booted from the combine. I think Dad just likes running the really good beans, which is fine. But he's here. He said, let's run the grain cart. So he's going to run the combine. I am going to go jump in that grain cart and do that. And it's fine. I'm going to take my snacks with me, though. God, who does he think he is? Taking over my combine. It's all right. I got the good stuff. Beef jerky, chicken crackers, and fruit. We're good for a while. Hey, you know what else this means? We can do a live stream. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna schedule one. We're gonna do a live stream tonight from the grain cart. There's a lot of material moving through that combine. Yeah, these are good beans. But for reference, that wheat field across the road over there went 67 bushel. That was the field where we made our extra $20,000, that video. And across the road on the other end of the field to the north is the field that went 73. So I expected these to be pretty good. This field's not quite as good of a farm as those two are. It's got some high ground and stuff in there. But 2 years ago, we tiled this whole field out, pattern tiled the whole thing. And so it's drained well, which helped us when we got our flood earlier in the spring. And there's some good soil types on here. It's just that hill is going to be, it gets dry when it's dry, and we were dry this summer. So I don't expect the beans to be quite as good there. But while we're in this low ground, yeah, they're going to be pretty good beans. Electric poles. No fun. Okay, well, slightly different view than the last clip, right? Just did a nice live stream, kind of unexpected for tonight, but had an opportunity to do it. You'll also notice that I'm back in the combine and not the grain cart. Dad wasn't feeling it tonight. The beans are wrapping on the reel a little bit. These are not the most fun to combine, although there is this portion of it, so that's kind of fun. But he helped me get the field opened up, got around the electric poles over there and some of the short rows and the far ends on the other end of the field there, and he headed home for the night, so we were back in the combine. Phil is actually still in the grain cart, but as soon as he gets that truck loaded up that's over there by the road, he'll just park it and take off, and we'll do as much as we can here. I don't know if we'll get this field done or not tonight. We've got about 45 acres to go, so gonna take a little while yet. It's about 8 o'clock. If all things go well, we'll finish probably about 11 o'clock, I would guess, which is how late we worked last night, so we should be able to. We still got a nice breeze keeping the dew away. Yep, this is all right. I can handle this. Wow, I really thought the beans were going to start dropping off as I got closer to the east side of this field. But I'm not sure I'm going to make this round. The full light already came on. That window's covered, but this one's not. Almost. We may get some canned beans. Well, we don't really get canned beans with this combine. They more dribble out the side, but wow, just incredible. I mean, this round, 77. It's crazy. Well, I'm still rolling here. Starting to have a little trouble with them wrapping on the reel more, so I just picked that off, dang it. It's not bad through the whole thing, but you get a spot started, and if they don't fall off right away, then they catch a bunch more, and eventually it gets sort of bad, so I'm having to stop and pick them off a couple of times here, but they're still just fantastic soybeans. So it's pretty hard to complain about that. We're down to 22 acres left in this field. It's still going to take me probably an hour and a half, but hopefully we can get them done tonight. It's not quite 10 o'clock yet. There's a little spot here where some water washed last spring. Got some thin spots on the beans. Some pretty small areas though, especially compared to what it used to be. When we tiled this farm 2 years ago, Dad did a lot of dirt work trying to move that water to along the edge of the field instead of across the corner and through the field here. So that's helping. That's helping. My goodness, these are good beans. Well, the truck is full. This grain cart is about to be full. We've got 4 acres left. Think it'll all fit on the combine? That's kind of what I'm banking on. We're gonna top this off as far as we can. Pretty close to it. Try and get the combine empty anyway. And we should be able to finish this. And it's not quite all gonna go, but pretty close. Okay, let's get it. Just couldn't make this last pass without it wrapping, could we? Go get it. Okay, well, we're in this last pass. You can see there's a little bit of a different variety there. There was just kind of one streak, one planter pass of this different variety out here. Phil must have ran out of seed or something when he was planting it, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Can't really keep one pass of a variety different because I'm running on this angle. So question now becomes, we're 80% full almost. Is it gonna fit? Is it gonna fit? We got a half an acre, it says. We probably won't even have a half an acre, so it should work, should go. Made it. We made it. Awesome. Yeah. Oh, you can't see it. There you go. There you go. Half the window covered. Grain cart's full. Truck's full. We pulled a lot of beans off of this field. Just shy of 74 average. That's incredible. That's incredible. I need to go back and look and see what the best beans we've ever raised on this field are before. I bet we beat it by almost 20 bushel. So, and they were dry. 11.4 average. Look at the yield map here. Probably need to change the scale a little bit. They did drop off on this high ground a little bit, but not terrible. We were up to 76 average at one point, so we dropped off a couple of bushels. The thing is that changes, the field average changes a lot when you first start a field because you don't have very many acres, but by the time you get to the end of it, it takes pretty significant drop off for it to change the field average very significantly. So anyway, I think Phil's waiting for me. Truck's still there anyway. So we're gonna go park this up there by the road and head home for tonight. We actually ended up having a great day as far as acres covered goes. I think we did more acres today than we have done in any single day yet this harvest. We've covered about 125, which is good. It's not, I mean, I've done over 200 acres in a day before doing soybeans, so we haven't had any huge days. But that's good. 125, that's exactly what I needed to get done today because we have about 120 acres of beans left here at Waldron, which means we should be able to get them done tomorrow, especially since I don't have a plot to do, and hopefully we can avoid the breakdowns tomorrow. We'll see how it goes, but it's feeling good, and the fact that they're good beans just makes it so much better. It's just amazing. So hopefully we can get started fairly early tomorrow, 10:30 in the combine, and get done at a decent time, and then Friday morning we'll be moving to Berkey to finish up the rest of our beans and start the corn. I know you guys are excited to get into corn, so it's coming soon, maybe Saturday, maybe Sunday, we'll see. So stay tuned for that. Have a great night, everybody. If you have any questions and comments, leave them down below, and make sure you hit that thumbs up button for me, please. That and subscribing to the channel so you watch the videos when they come out is the best things you guys can do to help me grow this channel, and I certainly appreciate it. I'm still amazed at the comments and everything that you guys leave me and how much you enjoy my videos. So thank you for that. Have a great night, everybody. We will see you tomorrow morning.